विघ्नविनायकमूर्ति की जय। ओम साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः। ओम साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः। ओम साई नमो नमः। श्री साई नमो नमः। जय जय साई नमो नमः। सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः। Welcome to Mother Media Bhakti YouTube channel. My name is Preeta Srinivasan. Let's all recite the third chapter, Sai Baba's Sanction and Promise. As described in the previous chapter, Sai Baba gave his complete assent to the writing of the Satcharitham and said, I fully agree with you regarding the writing of Satcharitham. You do your duty, don't be afraid in the least. Steady your mind and have faith in my words. If my leelas are written, the avidya, which is designs, will vanish. And if they are attentively and devotedly listened to, the consciousness of the worldly existence will abate and strong waves of devotion and love will rise up. And if one dive deep into my leelas, he would get precious wells of knowledge. Hearing this, the author was much pleased, and he at once became fearless and confident, and thought that the work was bound to be a success. If a man utters my name with love, I shall fulfill all his wishes, increase his devotions, and if he signs earnestly my life and my deeds, him I shall besit in front and back and all the sides. Baba's words. Those devotees who are attached to me, heart and soul, will naturally feel the happiness, and when they hear the stories, believe me that if anybody signs my leelas, I will give him infinite joy and everlasting contentment. It is my special characteristic to free any person who surrenders completely to me and who worships me faithfully and who remembers me and meditates me constantly. How can they be conscious of worldly objects and sensations, who utter my name, who worships me, who think of my stories and my life, and who thus always remember me? I shall draw out my devotees from the jaws of death. If my stories are listened to, all diseases will be got rid of. So hear my stories with respect and think and meditate on them. Assimilate them. Different works assigned to devotees. The Lord entrusts different works to different devotees. Some are given the work of building temples and maks or ghats on rivers. Some are made to sing the glories of God. Some are sent on pilgrimages. But to me was allotted the work of writing the Sai Satcharitham. So when I took the pen in my hand, Sai Baba took away my egoism and himself wrote his stories. The credit of relating these stories, therefore, goes to him and not to me. Baba's stories as beacon light. Lighthouses are constructed at various places in the sea to enable the boatmen to avoid rocks and dangers and make them sail safely. Sai Baba's stories serve a similar purpose in the ocean of worldly existence. Blessed are the stories of the saints. The description of Baba's pure fame and the hearing of the same with love will destroy the sins of the devotees, and therefore this is a simple sadhana for attaining salvation. With this end in view, Sai Baba made me write his stories as Satcharitham. The devotees may now easily read and hear these stories of Sai Baba, and while doing so, meditate on him, his form, and thus attain devotion to Guru and God. Get dispassion and self-realization. Motherly love of Sai Baba. Everybody knows how a cow loves her infant calf. Her udder is always full, and when the calf wants milk and dashes at the udder, out comes the milk in an unceasing flow. Similarly, a human mother knows the wants of her child beforehand and feeds him at her breast in time. In case of dressing and adorning the child, the mother takes particular care to see that this is well done. The love of the mother is peculiar, extraordinary and disinterested, and has no parallel. Sadgurus feel this motherly love towards their disciples. Sai Baba had the same love towards me, and I give an instance of it below. In 1916, I retired from government service. The pension that was settled in my case was not sufficient to maintain my family decently. On Guru Purnima, 15th of Ashada day of that year, I went to Shirdi with other devotees. There, Anna Chinchanika, of his own accord, prayed to Baba for me as follows. Please look kindly at him. The pension he gets is quite insufficient. His family is growing. Give him some other appointment. Remove his anxiety and make him happy. Baba replied, he will get some other job, but now he should serve me and be happy. His plates will be ever full and never empty. He should turn all his attention towards me and avoid the company of atheists, irreligious and wicked people. He should be modest and humble towards all and worship me with heart and soul. If he does this, he will get eternal happiness. Rohila's story. The story of Rohila illustrates Sai Baba's all-embracing love. One Rohila, tall and well-built, strong as a bull, came to Shirdi wearing a long kafani. Kafani means which is a robe, and was enamored of the Sai, who stayed there day and night. He used to recite in a loud and harsh tone the Kalma, which means the verses of Holy Quran, and shout, Allahu Akbar, God is great. Most people of Shirdi were working in their fields during the day, and they returned to their homes at night. They were welcomed with Rohila's harsh cries and shouts. They could get no sleep and felt much trouble and inconvenience. They suffered this nuisance for some days in silence, and when they could stand it no longer, they approached Baba and requested him to check the Rohila and stop the nuisance. Baba did not attend to their complaint. On the contrary, Baba took the villagers to task and asked them to mind their own business. He said to them that the Rohila had got a very bad wife who tried to trouble the Rohila and himself. But hearing the Rohila's prayers, she dare not enter and they were at peace. In fact, the Rohila had no wife, and by his wife Baba meant Durbuddhi, evil thoughts. As Baba liked prayers and cries to God better than anything else, he took the side of the Rohila and asked the villagers to wait and bear with the nuisance, which would abate in due course. Baba's sweet and nectar-like words. One day at noon, after Aarti, devotees were returning to their lodgings, when Baba gave the following beautiful advice. Be wherever you are, do whatever you choose. Remember this well, that all what you do is known to me. I am the inner ruler of all and seated in your hearts. I envelop all the creatures, the movable and immovable world. I am the controller, the wire puller of the show of this universe. I am the mother, origin of all beings, the harmony of three gunas, and propeller of all senses, the creator, the preserver and destroyer. Nothing will harm him who turns his attention towards me, but Maya will lash or wipe him who forgets me. All the insects, ants, the visible, movable and immovable world is in my body or form. Hearing these beautiful and precious words, I at once decided in my mind to serve no man henceforth but my Guru only. But the reply of Baba to Anna Chinchanikar's query, which was really mine, that I would get some job, began to revolve in my mind, and I began to think whether it would come to happen. As future events showed, Baba's words came true, and I got a government job, but that was of short duration. Then I became free and devoted myself solely to the service of my Guru, Sai Baba. Before concluding this chapter, I request the readers to leave out the various hindrances, indolence, sleep, wandering of mind, attachment to senses, etc., and turn their whole and undivided attention to these stories of Sai Baba. Let their love be natural. Let them know the secret of devotion. Let them not exhaust themselves by other sadhanas. Let them stick to the simple remedy, only listening to Sai stories. This will destroy their ignorance and will secure for them salvation. A miser may stay at various places, but he constantly thinks of his buried treasure. So let Sai Baba be enthroned in all our hearts. Hemadpan says that in his next chapter, he shall speak of Sai Baba's advent in Shirdi. Bow to Sri Sai, peace to be all. Om Sri Sai Ram.
Om Sai Namo Namaha, Sri Sai Namo Namaha, Jai Jai Sai Namo Namaha, Sadguru Sai Namo Namaha.